Her hands were shaking when she said it. We were sitting in my truck, parked behind the closed diner where we'd been meeting for 3 months, and the rain was hammering the windshield so hard I could barely see the streetlights. She just told me she loved me. And then, 10 seconds later, her voice breaking, "I'm scared of what this all means." I should have said something reassuring, something safe. But instead, I reached across the console, took her face in my hands, and said, "I'm more scared of losing you forever." She started crying. Not quiet tears, the kind that shook her whole body. And I held her while the rain pounded and the windows fogged up, and I thought, this is it. This is the moment everything changes. Her name is Elena. She's 45. I'm 29. She's my best friend's mother. And 3 months ago, I made the worst decision of my life. I kissed her. No, she kissed me first. But I kissed her back. And now we're here, hiding, lying, falling apart and falling in love at the same time. Some mistakes you can't undo. Some loves you can't walk away from. Even when you know they're going to destroy everything you've built. It started 4 months ago. August. Late afternoon heat, the kind that makes asphalt shimmer. I was at Connor's house. Connor, my best friend since high school. The guy who'd let me crash on his couch when my ex kicked me out. The guy who'd given me a job at his dad's construction company when I was broke and desperate. Connor's house? His mother's house, technically. Elena had bought it after the divorce 10 years ago. Small 2-bedroom in Glendale, bougainvillea climbing the fence. Wind chimes on the porch that sounded like distant bells. I'd been there 100 times. But this time was different. Connor was late. Some work emergency. He'd texted, "Be there in 20. Mom's home. Just go in." I knocked. The door opened. And there she was. I'd seen Elena plenty of times. Connor's mom. The woman who made too much food at every holiday. Who asked about my family. Who hugged me like I was one of her own. But I'd never really seen her. Not like this. Not in a loose white t-shirt and cutoff shorts, her dark hair pulled back in a messy bun, barefoot on the tile, flour dusting her hands. Not with that look in her eyes, surprised, pleased, something else I couldn't name. "Tyler," she said, smiling. "Connor's running late. Come in." The house smelled like vanilla and cinnamon. She'd been baking. There was music playing, something old. Jazz, maybe. A woman's voice low and sultry over piano. "You want coffee?" Elena asked, wiping her hands on a towel. "Or, I have iced tea." "Iced tea's good." She poured 2 glasses. Her movements were easy, familiar, like we'd done this 1,000 times. We sat at the kitchen table, the same table where Connor and I used to do homework in high school. The same table where she'd fed us pizza and listened to us complain about girls and grades and everything else. But this felt different. The air felt thicker. Or maybe it was just the heat. The kitchen window was open. A breeze came through, carrying the scent of jasmine from her garden. The wind chimes outside rang softly, a sound I'd heard 1,000 times but never really noticed until now. Elena's glass was sweating condensation. She wiped it with her thumb, then licked the droplet off. Such a small gesture. Unconscious. But I couldn't stop watching. "So," she said again, and this time her voice was different, softer. I looked at my hands, calloused from work, stained with dirt under the nails I could never quite get clean. She said I was boring. Boring? That I never took risks. Never surprised her. That being with me was like, I trailed off. Like what? Like dating a piece of furniture? Comfortable, predictable, but nothing you'd miss if it was gone. Elena's expression shifted. Something like anger flashed in her eyes. That's cruel. Maybe it's true. It's not. She leaned forward. The neckline of her shirt shifted. I looked away, face hot. "Tyler, look at me." I did. "You're not boring. You're steady. Loyal. You're the kind of man who shows up. Who keeps promises. Who cares about people." Her voice was fierce now. "That's not boring. That's rare." Something in my chest cracked open. When was the last time someone had defended me like that? When was the last time someone had seen me, really seen me, and not found me lacking? "Thank you," I said. The moment stretched. Her hand was still on mine. Neither of us moved. Then we heard tires on gravel. Connor's truck. Elena pulled away. Stood. Smoothed her hair. "He's here." I nodded. But when I looked at her, I saw it in her eyes. She'd felt it too. Whatever had just passed between us, whatever line we'd just approached, and not quite crossed. Not yet. So, she said, stirring sugar into her tea. How are you? Really? I shrugged. Fine, Tyler. She gave me that look, the one that said she could see right through me. You've been quiet lately, even for you. Just working a lot. And Jess? Jess, my ex. The woman I'd thought I'd marry, who'd left 6 months ago because I was too comfortable. Because I never took risks. Because I wasn't ambitious enough, exciting enough, man enough. We're done, I said. I know. I'm asking how you are about it. No one else had asked me that. Not Connor, not my parents. Everyone just said, you're better off, or plenty of fish, or some other meaningless platitude. But Elena asked. And she waited. Like, she actually cared about the answer? I don't know, I said. I thought I was doing everything right. Stable job, nice apartment. I was ready to settle down. And she just left. Elena reached across the table, put her hand on mine. Her skin was warm, soft, her touch gentle. You are enough, Tyler, she said quietly. Exactly as you are. I looked at her. Really looked at her. At the lines around her eyes that deepened when she smiled. At the silver streaking her dark hair. At the way she was looking at me, not like Connor's friend, not like some kid she'd known forever. Like I was a man. Like I mattered. Thank you, I said. She didn't move her hand. Neither did I. The front door banged open. Connor's voice. Mom? Tyler? Elena pulled her hand back. Stood up. Smiled like nothing had happened. But something had happened. We both knew it. After that, I started noticing things. The way Elena laughed loud, unguarded, like she didn't care who heard. The way she touched my arm when she talked. The way she looked at me when she thought I wasn't paying attention. Connor didn't notice. Why would he? I was his best friend. Elena was his mom. We were safe. Except we weren't anymore. I started finding excuses to come over when Connor wasn't home. Dropping off tools, picking up something I'd forgotten, helping Elena fix the leaky faucet in the bathroom because Connor was too busy and his dad was too far away and she didn't want to bother anyone. We weren't doing anything wrong, just talking, drinking coffee, sitting on the porch while the sun went down. Week 3. The bathroom faucet. I think it's the washer, I said, lying on my back under the sink, flashlight between my teeth. The tile was cold against my shoulders. The pipe smelled like old rust and mildew. Can you fix it? Elena was sitting on the edge of the bathtub, watching. I could see her bare feet from where I was. Toenails painted dark red. A silver anklet I'd never noticed before. Probably. Hand me the wrench? She leaned down. Her hair fell forward, brushing my arm. She smelled like vanilla and something floral I couldn't name. This one? Yeah. Our fingers touched when she passed it to me. She didn't pull away immediately. Tyler, why do you keep helping me? With all this stuff? I paused. Tightened a bolt. Because you need help. Connor could do it. Connor's busy. So are you. I slid out from under the sink. Sat up. She was right there. Close enough that I could see the faint scar above her eyebrow. Close enough to touch. I like helping you, I said quietly. Because being near you makes me feel alive. Because you look at me like I matter. Because I've been lonely for so long, I'd forgotten what it felt like to be seen. Because, I said instead. She held my gaze. I saw her throat move when she swallowed. Saw her lips part slightly. Saw the exact moment she decided not to say what she was thinking. Faucet's fixed, I said, breaking the moment. Stood, wiped my hands on my jeans. Thank you. Her voice was barely above a whisper. I left before I could do something stupid. But it felt wrong. Or maybe it felt too right. Like we were crossing some invisible line neither of us acknowledged. One night, 3 weeks after that first afternoon, I was helping her move furniture. Connor was out of town for work. Elena wanted to rearrange the living room. She'd asked me to help because you're strong and I'm not getting any younger. We moved the couch, the bookshelf, the coffee table. By the time we finished, we were both sweating, laughing, collapsing onto the couch we just moved. God, I'm out of shape, she said, catching her breath. You look fine to me, I said without thinking. She turned to look at me. And something in her expression shifted. Tyler. Yeah? What are we doing? My heart was pounding. What do you mean? You know what I mean. I did. I'd known for weeks. Maybe longer. I don't know, I said, honestly. She looked away. I'm 45 years old? I have a son your age? You're his best friend. I know. We can't. I know. Then why are you still here? I looked at her. At this woman who'd been part of my life for so long, I couldn't remember a time without her. Who'd always been Connor's mom, always been safe, always been off limits. Until now. Because I don't want to leave, I said. She closed her eyes. Tyler, we can't do this. I know. Connor, I know. Then go, please. Before we do something we can't take back. I should have left. Should have walked out that door and never come back. Should have put distance between us and let this thing, whatever it was, fade away. But I didn't move. And when she opened her eyes, when she looked at me with that mix of fear and desire and desperation, I leaned in and kissed her. She kissed me back. We didn't sleep together that night. We kissed. On the couch, in the hallway, against the kitchen counter, desperate, frantic, like we were trying to make up for lost time we didn't know we'd been losing. And then she pulled away. We have to stop. I know. This is insane. I know. Tyler, I'm serious. We can't do this again. I nodded. Left. Drove home in a daze. Lay awake all night thinking about the taste of her mouth, the feel of her hands in my hair, the way she'd said my name like it was a prayer and a curse at the same time. The next day she texted me, "We need to talk." We met at a coffee shop 20 miles away, somewhere no one we knew would see us. But before that coffee shop meeting, there was the grocery store incident. Day after the first kiss. I was buying sandwich supplies, bachelor dinner, trying not to think about her mouth, about her hands, about the way she'd said my name. I turned the corner into the cereal aisle and almost crashed my cart into hers. Tyler! She looked panicked. Guilty. Like we'd been caught doing something illegal instead of just existing in the same store. Hi, I said stupidly. We stood there. The fluorescent lights hummed. Somewhere, a baby was crying. The intercom crackled with a price check on aisle 4. About last night, she started. I know. We can't. I know. A woman pushed past us, giving us an annoyed look. We were blocking the aisle. Elena moved her cart. I moved mine. We were standing closer now instead of farther apart. I haven't been able to stop thinking about it, she whispered. Me either. Tyler, we have to stop. Before. Before what? She looked at me. And I saw everything she wasn't saying. Before we fall too deep. Before we do something we can't take back. Before we hurt people we love. I don't want to stop, I said. I don't either. But, coffee. Tomorrow. We'll talk. Really talk. Figure this out. She nodded. I walked away, but I felt her eyes on me. She looked exhausted. Beautiful, but exhausted. Like she hadn't slept either. This can't happen again, she said as soon as I sat down. Okay, I mean it, Tyler. I'm Connor's mother. You're his best friend. If he found out, he won't. You can't promise that. She was right. I couldn't. What if we're careful? I said. She stared at me. Are you hearing yourself? Tyler, I'm 16 years older than you. I have a son, a life, a reputation. We can't. Why not? Because it's wrong. Says who? Everyone. Society. Common sense. I leaned forward, took her hands. Elena, I don't care about any of that. I care about you. Her eyes filled with tears. You shouldn't, but I do. Tyler, tell me you don't feel the same. Tell me yesterday meant nothing. Tell me to leave and I will. I swear I will. She looked at me for a long, long time. And then she whispered, I can't. Can't what? Can't tell you it meant nothing. Because it meant everything. We started seeing each other in secret. The first hotel was a Motel 6 off the highway. Generic beige walls, polyester bedspread smelling like industrial detergent, AC rattling. Elena stood in the doorway, looking at the room like she was seeing her whole life laid out. All the choices that had led here. To this moment. This mistake. We don't have to do this, I said. She turned to me. I know. We can leave right now. Forget this ever happened. Go back to. She kissed me. Hard. Desperate. Like she was afraid she'd change her mind if she waited another second. Afterwards, lying in the too soft bed, She traced my shoulder tattoo, a compass rose from when I was 22. Do you regret this? She asked. You answered too fast. Because it's true. She was quiet for a long time. Then, I do. My chest tightened. Elena, not being with you. I don't regret that. I regret everything it means. Everything it costs. I pulled her closer. We'll figure it out. I don't know. But we will. She didn't say anything. Just buried her face in my neck, and I felt her tears, hot and wet against my skin. Once a week at first, then twice, then almost every day. We were careful, never at her house when Connor might show up. Never anywhere we might be recognized. We drove to different towns, met at hotels, parked in empty lots. It was thrilling and exhausting and terrifying because every time we were together, I fell harder. And every time we said goodbye, I hated it more. Elena tried to keep it casual, tried to maintain some kind of boundary. This is temporary, she'd say. We're just enjoying each other. For now, but I knew it wasn't temporary for me. I was falling in love with her laugh, with the way she looked at me, with the way she made me feel seen in a way no one else ever had. One night, 2 months in, we were lying in a hotel bed, tangled in sheets, the air conditioning humming, the faint smell of chlorine from the pool below drifting through the window. What are you thinking? She asked, tracing patterns on my chest. That I don't want this to end. She went still. Tyler, I'm serious. This has to end eventually. You know that. Because you're 29. You should be dating women your own age, building a future, getting married, having kids. What if I don't want that? You will. Eventually. What if I want you? She sat up, looked at me with so much sadness it hurt. I can't give you those things, Tyler. I'm too old. I'm done having kids. I'm done building a life. I'm just trying to survive mine. I don't care. You will. In 5 years. 10 years. When your friends are getting married and having babies, and I'm 55 years old and you realize you wasted your youth on someone who can't give you a future, that's not how I see this. That's how everyone else will see it. She was right. I knew she was right, but I didn't care. I love you, I said. She froze. Tyler, I love you. I know we said we wouldn't do this. I know this was supposed to be casual, but I can't pretend anymore. I love you. She started crying. You can't, but I do. Tyler, please don't do this. Do what? Tell you the truth? Make this harder than it already is. It doesn't have to be hard. We could. We could what? Tell Connor? Tell the world? Pretend this is normal? We could try. She shook her head. You have no idea what you're asking. Then tell me. Help me understand. She looked at me, and I saw it. The fear, the shame, the part of her that wanted to say yes but couldn't. I'm scared, she whispered. Of what? Of everything. Of losing Connor. Of people judging me. Of you realizing this was a mistake. Of, her voice broke. Of what this all means. And that's when I said it. When I took her face in my hands and said, I'm more scared of losing you forever. We decided to tell Connor. We had to. We couldn't keep hiding. Couldn't keep lying. Elena was terrified. He's going to hate me. He won't. Tyler, I'm his mother. You're his best friend. This is going to break him. Or maybe he'll understand. No one's going to understand. She was probably right, but we had to try. We planned it. A Saturday afternoon, Connor's day off. We'd sit him down, tell him together, face whatever came next. But the night before, everything fell apart. Connor showed up at Elena's house unannounced. I heard his truck before I saw it. That distinctive rattle of his exhaust. I was on the couch with Elena, her head on my shoulder. Both of us half watching some cooking show neither of us cared about. Just being together, just existing in the same space without having to hide. Shit, Elena whispered, sitting up. That's Connor. What's he doing here? I don't know. He's supposed to be working. We both stood. Elena straightened her shirt, ran her hands through her hair. I grabbed my keys from the coffee table, trying to look casual. Like I just happened to be here. Like this was normal. The front door opened. Connor's voice, Mom, you home? In here, Elena called, her voice tight. Connor appeared in the doorway, sweaty, frustrated, dirt on his jeans and arms. He looked at Elena, then at me, then back at Elena. Hey, he said slowly. What's Tyler doing here? He was just Elena started. Helping with the garbage disposal, I said quickly. It was backing up. Connor's eyes narrowed. The garbage disposal. Yeah. On a Saturday. Yeah. He looked at the coffee table. 2 glasses, 2 coasters, both half empty, the TV playing quietly, the throw blanket bunched up on one end of the couch where Elena had been sitting. Huh, Connor said. Then, where's your toolbox? My stomach dropped. What? Your toolbox. If you were fixing the disposal, where's your tools? I'd left them in the truck. Because I hadn't been fixing anything? Because I'd been sitting with his mother, holding her, pretending for one afternoon that we didn't have to hide? In my truck, I said. Go get them. Connor. Elena started. I want to see them. Want to see how you fixed Mom's garbage disposal without any tools. Connor, stop, Elena said, her voice sharp now. Stop what? He looked at her. Really looked at her. And I saw the exact moment he figured it out. The exact moment everything clicked into place. Oh my God, Connor, you're sleeping with him. He said it like a statement, like a confirmed fact, like a confirmed fact. You're sleeping with my best friend. It's not I started. How long? Connor's voice was cold, flat, dangerous. Elena's hands were shaking. Connor, please. How long? 3 months, she whispered. The silence that followed was deafening. Connor stood there, frozen, his face going through about 5 different emotions in 3 seconds. Shock, disbelief, disgust, rage, betrayal. 3 months, he repeated. 3 months. While we, Jesus Christ, were you laughing at me? Both of you? Every time I talked about how happy you seemed. Mom, were you laughing? No, Elena said, tears streaming down her face now. Never. Connor, I never. And you. Connor turned to me. You're my best friend. My best fucking friend. I let you into my life, into my family. I trusted you with everything. And this is how you repay me? Connor, I'm sorry, I said. Sorry? You're sorry? His voice rose. You're fucking my mother and you're sorry? I love her, I said. The words hung in the air like a grenade. Connor stared at me. What did you just say? I love her. He laughed. A horrible, broken sound. You love her. My 45-year-old mother. You're insane. Maybe. Mom, tell me you're not actually. Connor looked at Elena. Tell me you're not in love with him. Elena looked at me, then at her son, and I saw her heart breaking in real time. I am, she whispered. I'm in love with him. Connor took a step back like she'd hit him. I can't believe this. I can't. You're my mother. You're supposed to. You're supposed to protect me. Not protect you from what? Elena's voice was stronger now. Defensive? From me being happy? From you making a fool of yourself? Connor shouted. He's a kid, Mom. He's 29 years old. What do you think this is? You think he actually loves you? Or do you think maybe he's just... Don't finish that sentence, I said, my voice low and dangerous. Or what? You'll hit me? Prove me right? Connor, Elena said. Don't do this. Don't do what? Tell the truth? That my mother is having a midlife crisis and using my best friend to feel young again? Elena flinched. That's not what this is, I said. Then what is it? Connor demanded. Enlighten me. Because from where I'm standing, you're just 2 selfish people who don't care who they hurt. We care, I said. We care about you. Not enough. Not enough to stop. Not enough to tell me. Not enough to do the right thing. He was right. And we both knew it. I'm sorry, Elena whispered. Connor looked at his mother, and I saw something break in his expression, like the last thread holding him together just snapped. I don't want to see either of you again, he said quietly. I mean it. Stay away from me. Connor. Elena reached for him. He jerked away. Don't touch me. He turned and walked out. The front door slammed so hard the windows rattled. Elena collapsed onto the couch, not sitting, collapsing, like her legs just gave out. I stood there, frozen, listening to Connor's truck start. "He'll come around," I said. Elena looked up at me with devastated eyes. "No, he won't." And in that moment, I knew she was right. "That's not fair," I said. "Not fair? You want to talk about fair? You want to talk about how my best friend, the guy I trusted, the guy I let into my life, into my family, has been screwing my mother behind my back? I love her," I said. Connor stared at me. "What did you just say?" "I love her." "You," he laughed again, "you love her. You love my 45-year-old mother. You're insane. Both of you. This is disgusting." Elena flinched like he'd slapped her. "Don't talk to her like that," I said. "Don't tell me how to talk to my own mother." "Connor, please," Elena tried. "No. No. I'm done. I'm done with both of you." He looked at me. "Get out. Get out of my mother's house. Get out of my life." "Connor," I said, "get out." I looked at Elena. She was crying. Silent, devastated tears streaming down her face. "Go," she whispered. "Please just go." So, I left. And didn't stop driving until I couldn't see through the tears anymore. Elena called me the next day. "We need to stop." "What?" "This. Us. It's over. Elena. I can't lose my son. Tyler. I can't. He'll come around." "No, he won't. And I can't ask him to." "You don't mean that." "I do." Her voice was hollow. Empty. "I'm sorry. But we're done." She hung up. I tried calling back. She didn't answer. I texted, "Nothing." Connor blocked me. On everything. Phone, social media, email. Like I'd never existed. I lost my best friend. And the woman I loved. In one night, 2 weeks later, I saw her at the grocery store. She was in the produce section, examining avocados. Looking tired and small and so heartbreakingly beautiful, I almost couldn't breathe. I walked over. "Elena." She looked up. Her eyes widened. "Tyler, you shouldn't be here. I needed to see you. We can't do this." "I don't care. I don't care about Connor. I don't care about what people think. I care about you. Tyler, tell me you don't love me. Tell me you don't miss me. Tell me the last 2 weeks haven't been hell for you too." She looked around, making sure no one was watching. "This isn't the place." "Then where? When? You won't answer my calls. You won't let me in. What am I supposed to do?" "Move on." "I can't." "You have to." "Why?" "Because it's the right thing? Because it's what everyone expects? I'm tired of doing the right thing, Elena. I'm tired of playing it safe. I want you, and I don't care what it costs." Her eyes filled with tears. "You say that now, but you don't know what you're giving up. Your friendship with Connor. Your future." "I know exactly what I'm giving up. And I'm choosing you anyway." She stared at me, and I saw it. The moment she broke, the moment she stopped fighting. "The diner on 7th, she whispered. "Tonight, 9 p.m., which is how we ended up here. In my truck, in the rain, her telling me she's scared." She pulled back, looked at me with red, swollen eyes. "Tyler, what if Connor never forgives us? Then he doesn't forgive us. What if everyone judges us? Then they judge us. What if her voice broke? What if you wake up one day and realize you wasted your life on me?" I kissed her forehead, her cheeks, her mouth. "That will never happen. You can't know that. I can. Because loving you isn't wasting my life. It's the first time I've felt alive in years." She was crying again. But this time, she was smiling too. "You're insane. Probably. This is going to be so hard. I know. People are going to say terrible things. I know. Connor might never speak to me again. I know." She took a shaky breath. "Okay. Okay? Okay. Let's do this. Let's be together. For real. No more hiding." I pulled her close, held her like I was afraid she'd disappear. "I love you," I whispered. "I love you too." The rain kept falling. The windows stayed fogged. And, for the first time in weeks, I felt like I could breathe again. It's been 6 months now. Connor still isn't speaking to us. Elena's friends stopped calling. My parents think I'm making a huge mistake. People stare when we go out, whisper, judge, but we're still here, still together. Some days are hard. Some days Elena looks at me with so much guilt I want to shake her and tell her she's worth it. Some days I see Connor's truck around town and my chest aches, missing him. But then there are the other days. The days Elena laughs so hard she snorts. The days we sit on her porch and watch the sunset and don't need to say anything. The days she looks at me like I'm her whole world. Those days make everything else worth it. I don't know if Connor will ever forgive us. I don't know if this will last forever. I don't know if we're making a mistake or the best decision of our lives. But I know this. I'd rather have 1 year with Elena than a lifetime of playing it safe. I'd rather risk everything than spend the rest of my life wondering what if. Because I'm not scared of what people think. I'm not scared of the judgment or the whispers or the consequences. I'm only scared of losing her. And as long as she's willing to fight for this for us, I'll keep fighting too. You know, people always say love should be easy. That if it's hard, it's wrong. But I think that's garbage. The easy loves are the ones you fall out of when life gets complicated. When mortgages are due and kids are crying and you're both too tired to remember why you started. The hard loves, the impossible ones, those are the ones that change you. That make you become the person you were always supposed to be. Even if the world doesn't understand. Elena taught me something I'd forgotten. That playing it safe isn't the same as living. That sometimes the scariest thing you can do is choose what you actually want instead of what everyone expects. So let me ask you something. If you had to choose between safe and alive, between what everyone approves of and what makes your heart race, would you have the courage to pay the price? Because there's always a price, always consequences, always people who won't understand. But here's what I've learned. Some loves are easy, some loves are impossible. Ours is both, and I wouldn't change a damn thing. Neither would she.